Students, did you ever want to be an electrical worker? Today we're diving into a world where innovation meets craftsmanship, where problem solving is an art form, and where the demand for skilled hands is always on the rise. Welcome to the charged world of electrical work, where skilled professionals illuminate with their expertise. In this dynamic trade, we empower the pulse of modern life, connecting circuits and lighting up possibilities. Join us on a journey through the intricate web of wires and circuits. Discover the spark that ignites innovation and be a vital part of the force that lights up the world, one circuit at a time.
My name is Matthew Furman. I am with the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 56, here in Erie, PA. We cover Erie, Warren, and Forest County. We represent over 300 electrical and telecommunications workers here in this jurisdiction. When I graduated from high school, really I didn't know what I wanted to do. Talking with a friend, he told me about the apprenticeship program that he was in. Basically explained to me what an apprenticeship program was. At the time, I didn't know what an apprenticeship program was, that they were able to teach you from square one, even though you didn't have experience, how to be an electrician. The process is simple. So I went in and applied. After a couple tries, after a few interviews, I was able to get in and become a first-year apprentice to start my career. Yeah, so when I was going to figure out what I wanted to do, choosing a career really was something I really looked at hard, and I knew that I enjoyed working with my hands. I had limited experience, but it was something that, whenever we worked on projects at school and whatnot, I really had a passion for it. I enjoyed it. So when it came down to figuring out a trade, really as simple as I had a few friends that were electricians, I was able to ask them the questions and everything sounded good to me. So I did a little schooling before I was actually accepted into the program, which reassured that that's what I wanted to do. Well, I've been with the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers for just under 20 years. I got in when I was 24 years old, completed the apprenticeship program, worked in the field, and now I serve as the business agent here at IBEW for the past 6 years. Yeah, so some of my favorite things about being in the field are the flexibility you have from going from job to job. We get great benefits, we get great pay, which affords us the life that we want. Whatever job scenario you have, whether you're working outside or working inside, the job ends and you go on to the next one, and that security is there with IBEW. It's pretty rewarding when you finish it. You see that instant gratification. Not a lot of people will see it outside of our trade, but to us, we know what we got accomplished in that day. And you definitely get that sense of accomplishment at the end of each day when you finished whatever project that you're working on. And then you move on to the new one. It's a running joke that we always say, we worked on that project, or oh, that job, oh, I was on that job. You tell your kids. So that number starts to build, and the more experience you have, the more jobs that you see, the more you had your hands on, and it really is pretty gratifying to see that. So some of the skills and traits that we look for, definitely someone that's eager to learn. You gotta be able to work well with others. We work with so many different people, having over 300 members, you go from job to job and meeting new faces. You wanna be almost coachable. A team player, really. You start on the job and you find your role, and whatever you can do to help the journeyman get their job done is really the most important. Reliability is huge. Showing up, being there every day, someone that is dependable, you'll excel. So the big thing is going there eager to learn, reliable, someone that takes a little pride in their work, because in a trade, when you're learning the skill from the beginning, those little things are really what sets you over the edge. If this is the route that you want to go being an electrician, any job that you can get that will kind of get you closer to that trade, close to our trade, whether it working at Lowe's, working, in a maintenance job, really is helpful, because then it kind of gives you that idea. Working with your hands, anything that helps you work with your hands, any type of job where you're working, outside, in the different climates is huge, because living in Erie, either hot or cold, one or the other. It never seems to be in between. Learn the job, learn what you want to do, learn what it takes to be an electrician, to brush up on some of your skills if need be, but it's good to be, kind of brushed up on some of the basic math skills that you have in algebra, because algebra is something that you'll come across in our program. Our apprenticeship program, we take applications monthly. If you get on our website, ibwlocal56.org, it will give you the details. If it's something that you're interested in, we have you come in on our third Friday of each month. You fill out a handwritten application. Once you fill out that application, we get you on a list for an aptitude test. So our aptitude test is a math and reading test. 50% or better, you move on to the interview portion. Once you get to the interview portion, it's simply just a score. So we score from 1 to 10, and the top, depending on how many we bring in, 8 to 10, scores will be selected for our program. You'll go right out to work right away. And then basically what they'll do is they'll just keep the job moving. Material handler, helping out with the journeyman's tasks. When we go through our application process, we obviously don't discriminate against anyone. Every year that when we bring in through the interview process, we love to have diversity, as much diversity as possible. Right now, we have, out of our 40-some apprentices, we have 3 females in the program. I know we have a few other that have applied. So women in the program, it's starting to really pick up more momentum. We're starting to see more women applying for the program, which is great. That's what we want to see. It's definitely a job that everybody can do. So really, there's no limitations to what we do as electricians. Each year that we come in, we starting to see the increasing amount of women that are applying for our program and interviewing. A typical workday for an apprentice is from 7 to 3:30. Once they get out of work, then they end up here at the hall doing class 2 days a week. Typically Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday classes. It follows the same school schedule. So you're off on holidays, you're off during the summer. And then basically how it's structured is, you end up going to school from September to the end of May. And then every 6 months you get a bump in pay. So every 6 months you see a raise. Our program is 5 years long, so the 5 years you'll get a raise every 6 months, and then that's basically how your advancement is. Once you finish with the 5 years of your program, you're a journeyman wireman. You get licensed through the city of Erie, and you get your journeyman's ticket. So when we get our paycheck will be from whoever our contractor is, and then you'll see that hourly rate in your paycheck, and then the benefits that are paid on your behalf from the contractor will also be in there, that it isn't taken out of your paycheck. It's not a deduction. So our first year apprentices, they come in, they're just at $12.43 an hour, but again, we get a raise every 6 months. After 6 months, they're at $14.20 an hour. Through the process, you'll see you get a jump in pay every 6 months. By the time you end up at the end of your second year, you're just under $20 an hour. You're at $19.53 an hour, and then that goes straight through the 5th year. So the end of your 3rd year, you're at $23 an hour. The end of 4th year, you're at $26 an hour, and then the end of your 5th year of your apprenticeship, you're at $30, which is closer to journeyman scale. All while you're getting these raises, you're getting your benefits paid on your behalf by the contractor. So you'll have paid healthcare coverage. The healthcare coverage is based off of your hours worked, and you basically create a bank of healthcare coverage. And then your benefits also, which include your pensions, right? So young people may not know the value of a pension. A pension is something that's extremely important. To put it as simple as possible, with everything that's going on when you work a full career, you're gonna make more money retired than you will while you were working. So when you're ready to go out at 62 and retire, you're able to do that with an IBW pension. And those are all benefits that you earned throughout your career that was paid on your behalf by the contractors that you worked for. So no matter how many different contractors you work for, the pension all stays the same, right? It all goes to the same exact spot. If you get on our website, you can see all of our rates. Everything is laid out. It's all spelled out right there on ibwlocal56.org. Typical day for a first year apprentice, for example, would be, let's just say they start at 7 a.m. Get the gang box open, get the job ready, get the ladders out, get the cords unwrapped. And really, you usually are paired up with someone during the day, whether it's your journeyman, whether it's with another apprentice, keeping the job moving. Our goal is that you start to learn the job site, that you start to learn the materials, that you start to learn some of the basic necessities, and safety is the #1 priority. So we really keep our eye on the apprentices to make sure that they're picking up on those little things first. As an apprentice, you'll go and unload the truck. You'll do trash. You'll do some of the more easier things, but you're learning while you're doing those things. You end up the shift is over at 3:30. You're locking the gang box. You're putting everything away. Typical nights, classes at 5 or 6. What a lot of our first year apprentices, they'll grab some dinner and they do their homework here at the hall. Start class at 6. Class is over at like 9. It makes for a long day, but with that 5-year program, it goes fast. There's a lot of different challenges that you have. When you navigate through all those different things and you complete the project, it's pretty cool to see it at the end of the day. In general, just knowing what the project started from the ground up and seeing it completed, where every job you have there's no way this is gonna get done, and then it gets done, and you're just like, oh, see, they knew what they were doing. So, there's a number of different projects in this area that we've done that we're pretty proud of, that we've kept our guys busy and kept everybody working and happy. So downtown Erie Insurance is a big project that had a number of our members on. Hammett Hospital, the addition, had a number of our members on. It may not be obvious to some people, but you'll see some of the buildings go up pretty quickly. And yeah, there's so much work in the area. The area is starting to grow so fast. Once you get out and you top out as a journeyman wireman, you have that luxury of going wherever you want nationally. So if you want to go to Vegas, you can go to Vegas. The flexibility, the luxury of being able to do that is definitely there. Working outside your local is gratifying and something that is lucrative, and you can definitely make good money, and definitely a solid option for you when you top out as a journeyman wireman. Most important things I would say is be persistent. Do your research, understand what you want to get yourself into, and then apply. And if you don't get in the first time, you reapply. So many times we've had someone that comes in and applies for the program. I wish we brought in more than 8 to 10, but we have other avenues that people can go. Somebody that wants it, you kind of know that they want it because they do the little things that help them stand out in the whole process, but they have to just keep at it. Once you apply for the program, you get that score back and it's not exactly what you wanted, reapply for the program in a year. You'll find that you do much better in the interview and your score will change. If it's something that you want and this is the route that you want to go, being an electrician, follow the formula, do the things that you're supposed to do, stay persistent, don't give up on it, and then listen to the advice that you're given, because we can steer you in that right direction.
So students, are you ready to turn your passion into a profession? Electrical worker, it's not just a trade, it's a journey of discovery, growth, and endless possibilities. Be the architect of your destiny and check out the website ibewlocal56.org.